Ethiopia of smuggling weapons on Tuesday amid fears that arms going into the conflict-riven Horn of African nation could end up in the hands of Islamist militias. The neighbors traded barbs a day after an Egyptian warship unloaded heavy weaponry in Somalia's capital, Mogadishu, the second shipment since a security pact in August. Landlocked Ethiopia, which has thousands of troops in Somalia to fight Al-Qaeda-linked insurgents, has fallen out of the Mogadishu government over its plan to build a port in a breakaway region of Somaliland in exchange for possible recognition of its sovereignty. So what does it mean? It means that Somaliland is giving Ethiopia access to the river for Ethiopia to accept and acknowledge their sovereignty, which they have become a sovereign country since, I think, 1990, which Somalia as a country refused to give them their full independence. This part has drawn Somalia closer to Egypt, which has quarreled with Ethiopia for years over Addis Ababa's construction of a vast hydro dam on the River Nile. Ethiopia's Foreign Affairs Minister Taye said he was concerned arms from external forces will further exacerbate the fragile security and will end up in the hands of terrorists in Somalia, Ethiopia news agency reported. Responding, Somalia's Foreign Minister Ahmed Figi told rioters Ethiopia's motivation between these defamatory statements is its attempt to concede illegal smuggling of weapons across the Somali borders, which are falling into the hands of civilians and terrorists. He gave no evidence for the accusations, but added that Ethiopia was trying to divert attention from the violations of Somali's sovereignty. Last week, Somalia accused Ethiopia of shipping arms to semi-autonomous state of Portland. Somalia has threatened to expel Ethiopia's troops by the end of the year if the port deal was not scrapped. The UN Security Council lifted a more than 3-decade arms embargo on Somalia in December. So, truth be told, wicked leaders in Africa makes a call to self-determination to look as if it's a crime. If people are not being marginalized, if developments in countries are well distributed to every tribe, to every community, to every noons and crooms of every country and states and communities, nobody will wake up one day, or no tribe, no community, no particular people will wake up one day and say they want to be on their own. But it's very painful when people see in a country they know they belong to, they are not being included, they are being marginalized, they are being excluded. It will get to a point people will get fed up and want to be on their own. So I think being together shouldn't be by force. If Somaliland wants to be on their own, why can't Somali let them be? If Somali all these years don't deem it right to call them on a round table and know what their grievances are and try to attend to it, and all these years they allow these problems to linger, it will get to a stage which is already at that point. They can't handle it anymore. So trying to suppress this Somaliland is not the solution. Rather, sitting on a round table and finding a peaceful solution, being diplomatic to find a solution that accommodates everyone, it will be the best thing to do.